Hi guys, this is the Lumpster 2 back here today with another grounded video. And in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to build some bounce towers and the whole point of the bounce towers and what they're for. So I do have 3 already built and I'm going to show you how to build them. But I'm also going to show you a 4th one as well a little bit later on down the line. Just because there's a few different variations that you can do, especially with how the bounce webs work in the latest update. In the Into the Woods update, of course. They could change a little bit further on down the line, I don't know, but I'll show you what they cost and how they work. So the whole point of building a bounce tower is to get from your ground floor up to your top floor rather easy, or if you've got a big zipline tower, because of course for zip lines you want to be up high so you can get the quickest momentum going across the garden. So for me personally, I have a base built on top of the retaining wall just above Max's hand. So I use my bounce tower to get up and down to it. I also have, just behind where Max is here, just literally in that corner, I have on my main survival world a 100 centimeter plus bounce tower, which I use to get around the garden. So of course it's always very useful to go up and down it, so I can go, let's say, to the hedge or to the haze area or to the new area, which is for, of course, the logs. So, as I said, they're very useful to build. So, I'm going to show you a few designs quickly and basically how they work. So, as you can see, I've got these 3 built here. So, these are 3 very different designs. So, this one here, this one uses the new feature of the bounce webs. So, as you can see, it is slightly angled. So, it's angled for a -10 degree. So, as I jump up, it will push me backwards -10 degrees. And it can be a little bit finicky sometimes with these new ones. But as you can see, it's taken me all the way up to the top. And that is a 3 wide by however many tall you want bounce tower. So it's a 3 wide by 1 length, basically. And it can get you all the way up high, like what this one is here. Or you can do a very simple design, like this one here. This is the first one that I saw how to build. And I saw how to build this one from Rudar. It was a very big inspiration for me for how to build these bounce towers. And these are the main ones that I use at the minute, just because they're very simple to build, they're very easy to build. As you can see, it just goes up vertically, and you just run straight into the middle, and it takes you all the way up to the top of the bounce tower. And again, these can be very finicky depending on how you build them. And this 3rd one here, I originally saw how to do this one from Dino Dirt 91. Again, a very good buddy of mine, still doing YouTube now, come back to do some content as well. And I originally saw how to do this one. I'm not too keen on this one personally, just because, again, it can be very finicky and it messes around with your camera as you go up. But the whole concept of it is, again, you just walk into it and it just sends you all the way up to the top. So there's also a 4th one you can do as well, which is also very useful. And I'll show you how to do that one a little bit later on. So that's how these bounce towers work. And of course, I'll show you how the 4th one works a little bit later on. But with the bounce webs. So they've changed this one recently. So now it costs 2 bug rubber, as you can see at the bottom, 4 sprigs and 3 flower petals. And of course it's always very useful to have these sorts of things around. Bug rubber is very easy to make. So to make the bug rubber, all you need is 1 sap and 1 acid gland. Acid glands are very common. So you can get acid glands from creatures like the soldier ant and larvae, and of course sap, well, sap's found everywhere on trees, just need to go around and look for it, or you can set your sap collectors. As I said, they're very easy to make and they make the bounce web. So of course this is the bounce web here. It does have rotation, so you can turn it around, you can also pick it up and move it, stuff like that. And of course as you jump into it, it does bounce you around. So with the Hot and Hazy update, there has been a new feature added to the bounce web, which isn't throwing your axe off of your build. I mean, I'm in creative, so it's fine. Don't do that, because as you can see, it goes absolutely flying and I have no clue where my axe has gone. So, of course, what you can do is you can now angle it. So you can angle it up to 40%. So when you angle it 40%, of course, it will send you very far in a certain direction. You can do plus and you can do minus. So plus will send you to the left, and then you can go -45, which will send you to the right. And it will send you very far to the right. It's a 45-degree angle. So you can do some really, really interesting parkour. But of course with the controller you can only go increments of 5, whereas with keyboard and mouse you can go increments of 1 if you really want to. So we're going to go all the way back to 0 now. And then you can also make it bounce very far. So if you want to set it to 0, you're not going to get any bounce at all. And you can use it as like a normal sort of trampoline sort of thing. But of course if you send it to 100, which I would recommend to keep it set at 100, it will send you up fairly high, and that's the height that you really want to be using for a lot of these bounce towers to minimise the cost and everything else. So now we know what the bounce towers do and how the bounce webs work and what they cost. I'm going to show you how to make my first bounce tower. So this one here is the original bounce tower that I always build. So to build that bounce tower, all you are going to need is some floor pieces, some walls, and of course the bounce webs. Simple as that. It's a super simple build, super simple design. So to start off, all you're going to do is you're going to chuck down a wall on top of that one, come to your ceiling pieces, and you're basically going to make an upside down L. It's very simple. So 1, 2, and then a ceiling piece, and then you're going to come to your bounce webs. So this is where it can be very finicky to do. So as you can see with the bounce webs, if I hover this straight over myself, as you look at the bottom of the screen towards where the X is for the place, you're going to see there's a straight line, and then directly opposite that one there's a curved line just there. There's curved. So what you're going to want to do is you want to angle the straight line to be parallel with you, and then you're going to push it in as far as you can, just like so. So where you've got the first 2 legs showing. If you go any further it will start sticking out, you don't need it to go that far. And then you're going to try and centre that line up with the middle there. When you place that down, it can send you flying up depending on how close you're standing. When you look at it from this angle, you see there's a tiny little bit that's sticking through, and you're just going to jump into it, and it's going to take you up. Very simple. So to build this higher, the way I would recommend to do it is with your ant armor. What you're going to do is you're going to build 1, 2. That's your 8 that you're going to have held. Then you're going to build that one that's going to be another 4. So once you've done them, place down your bounce web. Jump up, and you're going to bring 12 grass planks up with you. Specifically 12 because again, 4 and a 4 for 2 walls, which is 8, and then another 4 for the grass flooring, which is of course 12. So once you've got them 12, you're then going to place in going 1 and then 2. But you've got to make sure you've got to have these up here, because if not, it's going to be very awkward to get onto this one here. So once you've done that, then I would recommend placing the ceiling in again, just so you've got that flooring to stand on, coming back to your bounce web, and then you're going to angle it the exact same. But this time it's going to be very funny with you, because of course you're not on solid ground. It's going to try and jig yourself about everywhere. So you're going to try and line it up as best you can, again nudging that bit into the wall like so. So you've got the flat edge facing you, and then you've got the curved edge facing the wall, and then you're going to get it in as close as you can so you still hit the bounce, and you're going to place it down. And when you move, it will bounce you again, and you're going to see you're going to have these bits sticking out. It's not going to be very obvious, and it's not going to be that noticeable, and you're just going to run into it, and it's going to bounce you up again, and you're just going to rinse and repeat forever how high you want to go. And this one, it's super simple. You can close it in if you do some like finicky work with the bounce webs, because of course sometimes they can be very awkward for placing stuff around them. Like as you can see there, it doesn't like me to place it there, but I can place one up from it. Well, I can't place one up from it because it doesn't let me, but I can place one there, and then you can build down, but of course it's not letting me build there. So if you wanted to encase this whole thing, you can do that, and then you can use it from, let's say, 2 different sides, but it will send you flying off, because again they stick out. They're not exact circles, and they will stick out a little bit. So that's how to build the first simple bounce tower. Now for the second bounce tower, it is very similar to this one, but this time you can use any of the materials. So the reason why I recommend using the grass is because it's the thinnest material, it's the easiest to stick the front through to get, of course, the bounce for it. So, as I said, that's how you build your first bounce tower. It's very simple to do, and it's definitely one of the easiest ones to build. But of course, when you're up here, I would also recommend placing in some of the sprig fences, just because it makes it look a little bit cleaner in the long run. And of course it doesn't make it look as protruding up top with this bit up here, especially if you're going to build a flat platform like I have up there. I'll show you this one if we remove the sprigs. Basically it makes it look really nasty in my opinion. It is your personal choice, but it makes it look really funny up here, so I quite like to put these sprigs on top. So now for the second one. So this one here, this one is a bit of a different one. So this is the second one I've showed you here, with the weed stem windows going all the way up. So with this one here, you have to be very particular on how you place this one in. So what you have to do is you have to angle it so you've got your flat side facing against this other wall. So if you're running in, you want the flat side facing the wall you're running at. Just because when you come into this one, you're then going to angle it by -10 degrees to begin with, or +10 degrees if you're doing it on the right hand side. And then when you jump on it, it will send you up 2 walls high onto your next platform. So this is going to be a 3 long by 1 wide. And then when you come up here, you're going to do the exact same thing again. So you're going to come to your bounce webs, you're going to line it up with the wall, as you can see there. It's rather hard to do in the dark with a torch because you can't really see it that well. But then when you place it in, just be careful that you don't move straight away, and then you're going to, of course, angle it. And this one you're going to want to angle in the opposite direction to your first one, just because when you jump on it, it's going to send you in the other direction, as you can see. So when I jump on that one, it will send me up and it will hit me on that one again. And with this one, again, you can take it as high as you want, and you can use any particular material for the walls. I quite like to use, especially for this one, being as this is going to be my main castle build, and it will fit the theme with the mushroom walls. So I'm going to cut quickly just so it's daytime, we don't have to use this torch and have funny lighting, and we'll be right back as soon as it's daylight. Alright guys, so we are back, and I have started to get the foundations down for the third design for the bounce tower. So this is the one I wasn't telling you about earlier on, and I didn't show you with these ones here. So with this one, it is slightly different. So as you can see, this one is a lot thinner. So this is only a 2 wide by 1 deep. And again, you can use any material that you want. I'm going to personally use these windows just so I can prove to you and show to you that you can use any one material that you want for your walls. So with this one, what we're going to do is we're going to start off the same by placing a bounce tower. And this rotation does not matter. I quite like to put this one as close as I can to the wall, especially when I'm using the walls like I am now, just because I like to see it poking up through the wall. As you can see there, it's quite nice, it's quite flush, and it's very much just snug in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the same as before. So we're going to grab our flooring, which is going to be our burr wood flooring. I quite like the look of this one. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump up to begin with. So this one can be a bit finicky to place down. So when we come back to our walls again, we're going to go up this time by 4 high. Just because we need to go up a little bit higher. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the clover roof piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to angle this in a specific direction. So you're going to angle it facing towards you, so the slant is going the opposite way to the way you're looking. And when you place that down, what is going to happen is you're going to hit the roof and you're going to bounce forwards. And this is very critical that you bounce forwards, because this is going to be your easiest method to go up. Of course, you're not going to be able to go down in this, because, well, as soon as you hit the bounce web, you're going to go back up again. But as you can see, it's just going to send you vertically up, and all you're going to do is you're going to come to the other side again, place your flooring on top of that, and you're going to build up again. And all you're going to do is you're just going to build up for the back section. So I'm going to show you what to do when you get this high. So it's your choice however you like to build this, but I quite like to build mine in this certain direction, with then my slanted roof on the back, on the very top, just there, pointing up like that, with some triangle wall pieces like so. So they're going to fit quite nice and snug just in there like so on either side. So it's going to look like that. It's going to look a little bit funny when you get up this high, but as I said, it's your choice on how you build it and how you want it to look, depending on your base design. So when you jump into the middle, you're going to hit the roof and fly up, you're going to hit the roof again and fly up again. So that's definitely one of the easier ways of doing it. I just prefer using that first method there. So that's 3 ways of building a bounce tower. Now for the very last one. This one, to me, is personally the hardest one. So you're going to have your curved walls unlocked. So for this instance, I'm just going to use your grass curved wall. Very simple. Just a plain grass curved wall. You can go for window pieces. You can go for other pieces like that. So in actual fact, what we're going to do is, just to mix it up a little bit, we're going to go for the sturdy walls. And this one is a bit funny. So you're going to place 3 in a circle like so, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to go up again by 1 more. If it's going to snap, there we go. So just like so, 1, 2, and then I'm going to go up 1 more, just so we can build up there a little bit higher. And what you're going to do is you're going to miss out on the first one, and then you're going to build the second one, and then of course the third one on top of that, depending on how high you're going. Now this is where it gets a little bit funny. So what you're going to need is you're going to need the curved floor pieces. So you're going to need one which is the longer curved floor, and one which is a half curved floor. So the regular curved floor is going to go opposite the way that you walk in, like so. And then we're going to go to the half curved floor, and then we are going to rotate that one, and then the 3 are then going to go round in a circle like so. So you should look with something like that, just stuck in the middle there. And then when you come in and place your bounce web, again you can place this in any rotation you want. There is a certain direction I like to face this one, just because it makes it a little bit easier to run into. So you're going to then line this bit up here with the window. It's definitely easier with windows because you can line it up a little bit easier. So you're going to want your legs just in there, and you're going to want it just clipping the edge. And when you run into it, you're going to go straight up, and it's going to then ping you right on top of that one there. And then you're going to do the same with this one here. So you're going to grab your curved walls, or your sturdy curved walls, or whatever you're using. But of course, if you want it curved, you're going to have to make them out of curved walls. And then again, you're going to grab your floor pieces, making sure that one is always in the same place. So making sure it's opposite and directly above that one there, opposite your door and directly above that one. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come and get our half curved floors, 1, 2, and 3. So it's exactly the same as this one here. And then for this one, it can be a little bit finicky again, just because the angle that you're going in at and the angle that you're trying to place this in at can be very frustrating to get in. So you're going to want to line this up in between them 2 there, just so it's just clipping the edge, and you're going to place it in. And when you walk into it, it will bounce you straight up again. So you can make this very airy, very nice, very good looking if you wanted to. As you're going up, you could even place in some slime mold sconces on the sides here. So let's say 1 there. Oh, hello. So that's how it works. That's how it sends you up, by the way. Did not mean to go up then. And 1 there. Of course, you have to turn them on and stuff like that. So we'll turn them ones on just for now, just to make it look all pretty down here. And then what's going to happen is you're going to walk into that one. You'll walk into the other one, and it will send you vertically straight up. And that's how that one works. So that, guys, is 4 bounce towers, as you can see. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So as I said, these are all very different bounce towers. You can make them however you want. You can use whatever materials you want. These are just certain things I would recommend doing and how to build them personally. And again, as I said, you can build them however you want. You can make them bigger. I don't know if you can make them any smaller, but these are the only 4 that I know of so far. And of course, even though we've got ladders in the game, these are a little bit quicker to go up. You don't have to worry about climbing up, and you can make these as high as you want. Just make sure when you're in a survival world to bring a dandelion turf with you, and you don't do what I do and jump off the edge. I'm quite good at doing that. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This has been a very interesting video for me to make. It has definitely tested me out in trying to make different bounce towers, because as I said at the beginning, I only used the one. So as I'm doing some different grounded content, possibly in my own survival world, you may see some more of these things popping up as we go through. So as I said, thank you very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button and let me know in the comment section down below which one of these 4 designs is your favourite bounce tower design, and if it has helped you out in any, so what. And also remember to subscribe to the channel just so you can see it when I go live or do a video again. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.